Okay, we're talking about... Wait, don't tell me. What are we talking about? Gossip. Okay, so we already had a video talking about gossip, and that is not okay. And that gossip is not always something that is negative words about other people, but just the fact that you're sharing what they have shared with you and it's none of your business. How about a whole bunch of none ya? None of your business. You're not supposed to share it. Okay, so let's just keep that in mind. So, James chapter 1, verse 26. It reads, "If you claim to be religious but don't control your tongue, you are just fooling yourself and your religion is worthless." Wow. If you claim, let's just, instead of religious, let's just focus on Christian. This is James chapter 1. Okay, if you claim to be Christian but don't control your tongue, you are just fooling yourself and your Christianity is worthless. Because you're fooling yourself. You're not walking the walk that you think you are. Okay, so I want to talk about another way that Christians gossip that they may not be aware of, because it has become so widely accepted in our church, and that is Christian prayer gossip. I know you've heard about it. You may not have known that's what it is, but you're at a prayer meeting and people are, sharing, prayer requests, and, and someone puts their hand up and, "We need to pray for Sally because, she's just been drinking again and she's hitting that bottle. We need to pray that she will stop having an affair, and we need to just ask the Lord to stop her from stealing from the grocery store." Okay. All of that does not need to be said. If you're in a prayer meeting and they're taking prayer requests, you can be like, "You know what? We need to pray for Sally, that God gives her strength, that she will feel his arms around her and guide her, that she will know that she is not alone." Okay. Hey, that's way better than sharing every personal aspect of this poor woman's life, right? But so often our churches are full of the prayer gossip. Like it's become okay to spew forth every little tiny bit of information when that's not actually what's needed. Why? Because God already knows our hearts. He knows what's in them. He knows what needs to be prayed for. And it's him that we're lifting up these prayers to. And so why do we feel the need to throw all the information out there? I think it's just some sick desire to know things, good or not good or whatever. Just stop. We need to stop that behavior. And we need to encourage those around us to stop praying or putting those prayer requests out there like that, because that doesn't encourage anyone. That doesn't bring people closer. In fact, if people start understanding that, all this information is being shared, that they might start withdrawing and not sharing things because it's personal. And you don't want the whole world to know every little ounce of what's going on in your life when all you need is for them to be praying. So I just want you to think about it. I want you to think about, if you claim to be religious but don't control your tongue. The tongue is a mighty, mighty little tiny piece of muscle that can damage so many people, so many things so quickly. It's so important for us to be aware of the words that we say and how we say them. Are they going to encourage someone? Are they going to keep that confidentiality that maybe has been shared with you? Is it going to draw them closer to Jesus and closer to you as, a friend or a mentor or a sister in the church? Or are you one of those people that is constantly throwing out others' information that is not yours to share? It's none ya business. So stop. Just stop. And for those it's so true. My husband was telling me that, his mom had raised him that to recognize that if people are talking about other people to you, you can rest assured that they're also going to be talking about you to other people. And when you think about that and you really let it sink in, how often is that true? It's like all the time. So if people are gossips and they're always constantly talking about people, that does not disclude anybody. You will be included in that list one time or another. It's going to happen. And then look at yourself. If you are that person that is constantly talking and sharing information about other people, you need to stop. Because that shows you right here that if you don't control your tongue, you're fooling yourself in the walk that you think you have. Your religion is worthless. I don't want to wake up one day down the road and be like, oh my gosh, I have been messing up in this area for so long, and my religion has been worthless and I didn't know. So I want you to do a heart check. Do a heart check, seriously, and look at yourself. And if you are one of those people that are gossiping about others, I want you to seek the Lord's help in closing your mouth, in recognizing when you're going to say something and to stop it, to willingly be mindful of the words that come out of your mouth and to stop them. We don't need to be sharing other people's business. We really don't. What we need to be is a family that supports one another and isn't about the business of tearing one another down, because that's not from Christ. That's the enemy sneaking in and messing things up. And we don't need him in here. We need to kick him to the curb, and we need to work at becoming more Christ-like, and it starts today. And sometimes it's minute by minute, and that's what we need to do. If you're one of those people that you've been on the receiving end of the gossip, that's where we need to forgive the hurt and the pain that has come in and not hold grudges, and to look at ourselves and seeing if we are being overly sensitive. Is it a discussion that needs to be had with that brother or sister that has shared that information, and we need to give forgiveness and we need to heal. And sometimes that takes time, but we need to work at that. And who's going to help us? God. And who's always there to help us? God, because he wants us to grow more in the image of Jesus with every passing day. So that's our homework assignment. Heart check. Okay? Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you need changes and what I can pray about. You could just write strength or peace, wisdom, discernment. We don't need all the information, right? Because God already knows your heart. Okay, so that's where we're at. If you haven't already, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, share my videos, and leave comments. Okay, I am praying for you and about you, and I pray that God is blessing you abundantly. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.